The Amazon Influencer Program. Is it saturated? It's April 2023. Is it saturated? People are panicking in the Facebook groups. They're saying there's courses now, bad courses, by the way. There are courses now that are getting everybody in. People are buying social media accounts, Facebook business pages, buying social media followers in order to get approved for the program. They're not content creators. They don't know what they're doing. Okay, and they're supposedly ruining the program. Now, everybody's up in arms about it. Now, it's saturated. Everything gets saturated, okay? But there's always the 80-20 rule. The 80-20 rule, 80% of the people aren't going to do anything. And 80% of the people don't do a thing. They'll get approved for the program. They'll do a couple of videos. They won't do anything else. 80%. 20% of the people will work at it and do a reasonable effort on a daily basis, right? And then you got the top 1% who does it like crazy and does it every day, or every minute of every second of every day, right? But 80% of the people that sign up for the program aren't doing anything. How many people do you think are live streaming right now? Next to nobody, because there's no money in it right now, right? So people stopped. Since January, live streaming on Amazon has took a serious nosedive. Right, until they fix something and figure out what they want to do, they're only letting A-listers play in the big game right now. And to put an hour live stream together takes time, and then you have the hour of the live stream, and you're not making any money to support it. So a lot of people just quit, stop doing live streams. So that proves to you 80% of the people that get approved for the program aren't going to do anything with the program. Okay, so it's not going to be saturated. It's never going to be saturated. Just put your nose to the grindstone. Worry about what you're doing, and don't worry about what other people are doing. There's going to be courses out there. There's going to be shysters out there that are going to be trying to sell courses. Now, I also, on my YouTube channel, go over how to be an Amazon influencer. I don't really charge you for money for that information. It's free. You can get it online, right? So anybody who's paying for a course, when the information is constantly changing, Amazon is constantly updating their services, changing the rules, adjusting the program, moving things around to the point where what was good a couple of months ago, or even a year ago, or even a couple of weeks ago, is no longer approved, no longer something that they like to see, right? Case in fact, giveaways. People were doing giveaways like crazy. All of a sudden, Amazon decided they don't want giveaways anymore, and they started suspending people's accounts because of it. Now, how about that? You're doing something that's allowed, and all of a sudden it's not allowed. Nobody told you, and you're getting suspended. So you got to be really careful with the program, first of all, right? Make sure you're doing everything up and up. But it's always changing. So I don't understand how people can, in good faith, sell a course, right? To something that's constantly changing. That's why I don't do it. I do have influencer courses on how to be an influencer, and I go over all different ways on all different social medias. If you go to the Influencer Bootcamp, it'll show you Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Pinterest, just about everything, and Amazon, right? And YouTube, of course. But I'm not pushing the Amazon influencer part of it just because it's always changing. I do updates and stuff like that, but I would never expect somebody to pay for a course when the information is outdated within a couple of months, right? That's just not right, right? But is it saturated? People are panicking because all these people are getting into the program, right? I kind of chuckle and laugh because you see some of the quality of the content that these people put out, and they're not going to be long for the program unless they get better. Of course, you can always get better. People that are serious about it and are working on their craft and always trying to get better, improve, what converts, what's a better thumbnail, what's a better tagline, what's a better title, what's a better opening, what's a better closing, how long should it be. You do all kinds of testing, my lighting, my camera, my audio, you test all of that stuff, you improve all of that stuff, right? But there are people that aren't improving it. They're putting crappy videos together. They're standing in a store. I watched somebody in a store picking up nail polish off the shelf. The rack was there. You could plainly see it was in a drugstore, and they were taking it off the shelf, looking at it, reading the directions, and talking about the color and putting it back, picking up the next color. Like, it's crazy. So people like that aren't going to be long for the program. Amazon's going to crack down eventually, and they're not going to be around. So, you don't got to worry. Let Amazon take care of themselves, all right? Just put your nose to the grindstone, like I say. Worry about yourself. Put out quality content on a regular basis, right? Do your research on products. Make sure you're getting bestsellers and high-selling, highly converting products with a lot of reviews. You want to have a lot of reviews, right? All of these things are important for your research. Most people aren't doing that, okay? Most people aren't taking the time, doing the research, getting better at their craft, okay? Get better at your craft. If you're worried about people doing better than you, well, I should tell you, time to get better at my craft. Time to take some lessons. And I'm not saying courses. Figure it out, man. Figure it out. It's not too hard, okay? It's not too hard. Join a couple of masterminds. If I'm in a couple of masterminds. We meet a couple times a week, and just throw stuff out there. It helps, right? It helps. But I don't think it's saturated at this time. Maybe it will be saturated at some point. Amazon has so many products, millions and trillions of products, okay, that it's just a drop in the bucket, the amount of influencers that they have, okay, and the amount of influencers that are actually putting any time into the program. That's another thing totally, all right? You got to realize the 80-20 rule. 20% of the people are going to be doing all the work, right? 20% of the people. 80% of the people do nothing, right? So don't worry about the program. Don't worry about it being saturated. I would say go ahead, apply to the program if you're not already in the program. If you are an influencer on another social media, okay, you have to be an influencer. And it's an influencer program. You have to drive traffic to Amazon. Amazon wants you to drive traffic. That's the whole purpose of them looking for influencers. They're trying to get people to drive traffic to Amazon, right? And so if it's very hard if you don't have an audience to start and build one. But build an audience, right? Find out what problem they're having and offer them a solution, okay? That's what you got to do to be an influencer. Offer them solutions. You're a problem solver as an influencer. You solve people's problems. When you solve their problems, they're going to come to you for more advice, and that's how you become an influencer, all right? So take that for a grain of salt. And, audience, problem, solution. That's the formula for any YouTube channel success, any influencer success. Okay, because you want to be a problem solver. Whatever niche it is, if it's whatever it is, there's a problem, there's an issue, there's a snag that when people hit it, they quit. They say, oh, I got to this point, it's not fun anymore, it's hard, I can't do it, I quit. If you can figure out what that is and do videos on it or provide content on it, on how to get over that hump, how to fix that problem, you will be the influencer in that niche, all right? So don't worry about it being saturated. Just put your nose down and do the work, because the time that you're wasting complaining about other people, you should be making your own videos and putting out your own content, all right? It's wasted time complaining, that's my opinion, and everything gets saturated sooner or later, but the early adopters, and that's us, right? The early adopters are the ones that are going to reap the benefits, okay? It's inevitable. Everybody's going to want to get into the program. The program is too good, okay? There's multiple streams of income in one program. You can make money 5 different ways through the Amazon influencer program. Everybody that's anybody would want to be an Amazon influencer because their content is just a money machine, right? So everybody wants to be an Amazon influencer. So people are buying accounts, people are buying followers, people are stacking the deck so as they can get into the program. But 80-20 rule always applies. 80-20 rule always applies. 80% of the people aren't going to do any work. And another 10-15% of them are going to stink when they do the work. They're going to do horrible content, right? So the amount of competition that you have out of 100%, you're talking less than 20% of active people that you're dealing with, okay? And you're going to want that to happen because you want the cream to rise to the top. And again, we were talking about the algorithm and about capping views. And if you're selling, if you're making sales, you shouldn't be capped, right? Pretty much, if you're making sales, you shouldn't be capped. And as far as being saturated, like I said, everybody's going to want to be in the program. They make it sound too good. But are people going to do it every day? Are people going to put the work in? Are people going to make quality content? And when Amazon starts cracking down on bad content and stuff that's being shown in stores, that kills me. When people are in a store and they're videoing stuff and putting it on Amazon like as a review, and they haven't even bought it. It's pretty clear you're standing in a store. I mean, I don't really know how those things convert, But again, the trick is you just want to get the click, right? If you can be the last person to get a click and they buy something, you might make a sale on a related item, right? So it's not so much the fact of okay, that content is ridiculous, it's no good, it doesn't, but it may cause them to click, which you would get which the person gets a conversion, even though that it's a piece of crap, right? So it's about conversions. It's who gets the last click, who gets the cookie, right? Who gets the cookie? I know the whole thing about saturation is every program gets saturated, every side hustle, everything. Okay, you know, there was a time in my neighborhood where there was only one ice cream shop. People started realizing that ice cream shops made a lot of money with a little overhead, and next thing you know, we got 10 ice cream shops in the neighborhood, right? And it's things like that. That's what happens. It's the normal evolution of marketing, right? Normal evolution. So, but of those 100% of the people that are doing it, only 20% of the people are any good at it and are staying with it. And of course, those 20 people, those 20% are making the program better. They're making the program what it is. They're putting out quality content. You know, they're making it respectable, and the other 80% is going to fall off the side because they're making crappy content or they're not making any content. And sooner or later, as soon as the algorithm gets kicked in, and I'm not sure what's going on with that, with the Amazon algorithm, but as soon as it's working, doing what they want it to do, I'm telling you, it's going to be working solely off of sales data and everything that converts to sales, okay? Things that convert to add to carts, things that convert, and then it's going to be even further into it with items that are returned, right? And we're going to figure all of that stuff out. Amazon's a big boy, and they know how to play the game, and they're going to do what they got to do to make money, right? And all you got to do is ride the coattails. So you got to get your content going, you got to get your Amazon shop going, get your storefront up there and get videos going, and you know, ride the coattails, because they're gonna change the algorithm. You're gonna make quality content, put out quality content on a regular basis, and don't worry about what other people are doing, okay? That's, you know, mind your business, don't worry what other people are doing, and get your shit done. That's what I'm telling you. That's my advice to you, and you're gonna go far. I guarantee you're gonna go far. No competition is too much competition when you are putting out quality content, right? So just get better at your craft. I can't say it enough, right? No matter what you're doing, you want to be better at it. Every day you try to be better, you get a little better, you get a little better, you get a little better, until you're the best at it, or the best you can be at it, right? And don't give up until you're the best you can be at it, and just keep improving your content, improve everything about it. With every video, with every product, try and improve an aspect of your operation, whether it's the lighting or the audio or the video quality, or you know, who knows what, you know, the script. It could be a bunch of different things, and all you have to do is keep improving. Okay, just keep improving, keep your eyes on the prize. Don't worry about it being saturated. Just put your nose down and do the work, because the time that you're wasting complaining about other people, you should be making your own videos and putting out your own content. All right, it's wasted time complaining. That's my opinion. And everything gets saturated sooner or later, but the early adopters, and that's us, right? The early adopters are the ones that are gonna reap the benefits. Okay, so get in early, put your belt on, strap it in, go for the long ride, and you know, stick it out. Don't worry about it being saturated.